What's up, everyone? I am back with another video. Tell them, Chuck.
For today's topic, let's talk about those young guys out there who lack on paying off debt, especially car loans.
Alright, this is a quick, I don't want to say quick, but there will be details, obviously, but like Chuck said about paying off debt. Now, I literally got out of the gym like about over an hour ago. I got out of the gym, then I went to go straight to wash my car. And then literally I just got home. And I wanted to make this video because when I was at the gym, I was talking to these young dudes. I'm like mid-20s. They were like 26, 27. And we just happened to, have a conversation. And all of a sudden, like, cars was the topic. And I told them, oh yeah, I have a Nissan 370Z. They were like, oh, cool, that's dope, blah, blah, blah. I don't really, we don't really see those out in the street that much. And if we do, they're pretty much beat up, or they're like, they're not well taken care of, which is true. And I told them, oh, but mine is a Nismo trim. And they were like, oh, that's even more rare because, we don't really see those unless you go to Cars and Coffee or some kind of like show, SEMA or whatever. But then eventually they just told me, hey, so how much are you paying a month for that car? And I was like, what? Like, yeah, how much are you paying? And I'm like, zero. Like, also, you don't have payments? Like, no. I had payments for about like 3 months, but that was because out of those 3 months, I focused on making that 7K that I was supposed to make to complete the purchase. So I told them the story how I did it. But other than that, they say they're driving a car. One had a Mustang, the V6 regular, wasn't no GT, and the other dude had a BMW. I forgot what series it was. But the point is that they both, have car debt, and they just don't understand that them getting into that car, and I believe they told me they have it for with a cosigner, okay, with a cosigner, they have it up to 11%.
Holy shit. 11%? With a cosigner. The American culture. People don't want to accept reality that they deserve to drive a beater car.
So they're both brothers, but yeah, we were just talking, but I just told him, like, look, bro, you're young. I highly recommend you pay that car off. If you have other debt, cool, pay that debt off first, depending the balance, which I'm sure the car is their highest balance. And yeah, I just try to talk sense to these guys, but typical young and dumb. They're kind of like, oh yeah, but we'll see, but if I do that, blah blah, I won't be able to like go out and party, blah blah. I'm like, bro, that's the point. You got yourself into this hole, you got to get yourself out. So therefore, no more partying, no more going out with the boys, no more whatever, all these fucking events, EDC and all this shit that, whatever, you gotta go and either fly out there or drive over there, but you still have to, not only you have to pay the tickets, but you still have to pay hotel, food, and transportation, whatever the case may be. But yeah, pretty much this video is just basically that, as in, like, if you have debt, do your best to pay it off as fast as possible. I'm not saying to do it within a year. If that's possible, cool, even better. That's a plus. But it could be a car loan, your credit cards, any type of consumer debt. Like you have crap on Best Buy or Macy's or shit like that. Pay it all off. Same thing, a personal loan. Maybe you did have an emergency, so you have to pay that off. Or even worse, this is the worst one, and I was guilty of it too. You take a personal loan out just so you could use that as a down payment for a car. All right. So if you do that, then hey, look, guilty right here. I was one of those dumbasses that did it. So
Damn right you were a dumbass. Listen up, everyone. We can all agree that we can learn from his previous stupidity and do not do what he did. Don't be desperate, or else you'll be like this dumbass.
I highly recommend you don't do that. Please don't do that. Just save money. This is me. If you want to get a brand new car, cool, but just make sure that you give more than half of the car as a down payment, and when you do that, spend the next few months or the next year just trying to pay it off fast. All right, that was my mentality when I got this car. Such as I was only short on 7K, so okay, cool, I'll finance it, and obviously I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I had money, don't get me wrong, I had money on my high yield savings, I had money in my my primary savings on my bank account, and I also had money in my brokerage account, but that right there I did not touch. I left it be. So I was like, okay, cool, I know for a fact I could save 7K within like less than 3 months, and that's what I did. So I managed to save 3K, and once I did that, boom, bought the car. But that's a story I will tell in next upcoming video. But yeah, I highly recommend you pay off your debt. You could do the avalanche or the snowball effect. So I'm pretty sure y'all already know what is that, right? If not, the snowball effect is just basically you start from your lowest balance, such as if you owe 3,000 on one account, 6 on the other one, 7 on another one, then cool, start with the lowest. Once you pay that off, you start the next one. You pay that off, then you start the next one. But obviously, while you're doing that, you still want to give on the other two accounts the actual minimum payment or the required monthly payment that is asking for you for. Then cool, just pay that obviously monthly. You don't want to have no delay on it. You don't want to pay late. So while you're doing that, all that little bit of extra money is going for that one account that has the least balance. Once you do that, cool, now you have more money free for you to start paying the next one that has the least balance, and then you keep going from there.
Now for the avalanche. This means you start paying off your high interest accounts first. Any account you have over 10% interest, start paying that off first. That way, you are not giving more money to the banks, and you are saving thousands of dollars by paying it off fast.
Highly recommend you do that. 2 jobs, 3 jobs, whatever. You could have 1 job, and then if you have a friend that does car wash or does anything that he makes money on the side, like selling stuff or whatever, like, hey, hit him up, be like, you know what, I want some extra cash. Do you need help? I could help you out. I'm free on the weekend. I'm free on this day of the week, and I'm also free on the day of the weekend. So just talk it out. And if for a second job, it just has to be a part-time that max they'll give you 5 hours, 4 hours, whatever. But highly recommend you do the one job with as much as OT as you can if they allow it. But if not, that's when you start looking for the part-time. All right, and you never know that when you apply for the part-time, you might end up liking that part-time, and then management or your supervisor, whatever manager, what happened will be is like they'll like your work ethic, and then they'll offer you for a full-time job with better pay. So you never know that offer that they're going to give you for that full-time might be way better than your actual full-time. Then it's up to you to make that swap, make that change. Have that one now as your full-time, and then now look for another part-time. All right, I'm telling you by experience because this is what I did. This is exactly what I did, and it worked for me. I was always working. I had no time for friends right now. As in, like, they'll hit me up. I'll tell them, hey, sorry, dude, I'm actually working. I'm not lying, and I'm sorry I can't go and hang out with y'all or whatever. But that's about it. They understood. Some understood, but other than that, like, I talked it out with them. Make sure you talk to your friends and be like, you know what? It's not that I'm an asshole or anything like that. I don't want to see y'all or whatever. It's just that I'm just trying to get out of debt, and I'm gonna be working a lot. So therefore, me hopping on Gaming, that's not gonna happen for a while. Us hanging out on Saturdays or Sundays, whatever, that's not gonna happen for a while. Parties, whatever, that's not gonna happen for a while. Right now, I am focused on paying this crap off. I'm trying to pay my credit cards. I'm trying to pay whatever consumer debt that I have. I'm also trying to pay out my car, which obviously that's one of the main targets I tell young dudes to focus on. Like, pay off your car. Even if you don't want to pay off your credit card, early, that's fine. But at least pay off your car, because that's really your what could I say? It pretty much takes most of your money, aside from rent or a mortgage. But a car will always, like, pretty much take a chunk of your check. So yeah, I wanted to make this video because, yeah, I try helping the young cats, but 9 times out of 10 they'll respond the way how I responded when I was their age. Like, oh yeah, whatever, I know what I'm doing, bro, I don't need your advice. Or, oh yeah, I'll see if I'll try it out. Oh yeah, hopefully by the time I get my raise, then I'll go for it. Like, I know the excuse, because trust me, I even had older gentlemen back in my day when I was in my mid-20s. Even they'll tell me the same thing, like, hey, you know what? Oh yeah, just pay off your car, because your car is always gonna be the main one that pretty much takes a chunk of your check. So I highly recommend that you pay it off. But the same answers that I said back then are the exact same answers that I hear from these young cats. It's just the way it is, right? Like, what goes around comes around. What's said in the past, you still hear in the future. The advice that you were getting in the past, you didn't do it, but now you're giving advice to people, well, to guys that were your age at one time on your mid-20s, and then it's the same cycle, right? Like, they're not gonna listen. Very few will, but just remember that you cannot help everybody, because not everybody wants help. And that's something that I had to learn little by little, because I will get excited just trying to help people out, like youngsters. And so I'll catch myself, be like, oh, wait a minute, I'm forcing this on this person, so therefore this person's kind of backing away from me. So all I do nowadays is just, I say what I gotta say, and I tell them, like, hey, look, if you don't believe me, that's fine. It's your money. The way how you spend your money does not affect my life. The way you deal with your money does not affect my life. So therefore, this is just me giving you advice, just so that way you could be like, you're not gonna be financially struggling. You'll be like, okay, cool, I paid everything off, I saved enough money, so therefore, okay, cool, whatever restaurant I want to go to, I don't have to worry about looking like, oh damn, this thing costs like $50. Let me go look for something that's like $20. Now you could, like, look at the menu. You don't even care how much it costs. You're just gonna be, oh, I want this one, I want this drink, and I want this appetizer, and that's it. Once the waitress or the waiter comes back, oh, here's your bill. Oh, you're not even gonna, I mean, you will look at it just to make sure they're not fucking you over, but you look at the receipt, and then give your card or cash, whatever, give them a tip, and then you bounce. Because still to this day, when I'll go to a random restaurant or whatever, it could be like your simple Denny's or Olive Gardens or whatever, like, you'll see people grabbing the receipt, looking at it, be like, damn, fuck. Like, they're discussing like how they're gonna pay it, and I'm like, damn. It just brings back memories how far I've come, and that's what I want for y'all. As in, like, wherever you go and buy something, you just pay it off. Regardless where you go, it could be Best Buy, whatever, they will always tell you this. Oh, you want to open for credit? Just tell them no. You don't need it. If you have a credit card, that's fine, but obviously, like, learn how to spend money first, so that way when you have a credit card, you don't start splurging. All right? So let's just say if you can only spend $2K for that week, cool. You have that $2K on your checkings. You use your credit card. You pay it. This is what I do. I'll pay it. I'll wait 3 or 4 days and I'll pay it all off. Why? Because I already had the money. I had it. I'm not buying it now so that way within the next week or two, or once I get my check, then I'll pay it off. No. I highly recommend you don't do that because that's a mistake that I made in the past. So I just kept spending and spending and it just kept adding and adding and adding. So I don't want that for y'all. So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video, you know, just because I felt motivated to talk about it. Sure, I could go more into detail, but it could be more on the future videos. Ain't that right, Chuck?
Damn right. I'm sure those two idiot brothers from the gym be flexing the bank's car. Funny thing is that they believe they bought it, not knowing if they missed payments. Well, get repo, son. But you tried to help them. Like the old saying, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink it.
Well, yeah, bro, I gotta cook for a little bit, right? You could just kick back, sit, chill, you know, just listen to the wisdom I gotta say. Shout out to the Dodgers. Just, you know, rub it in on the old Jays fans, but hey, it was a really good series, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That game was a freaking roller coaster, man. It had its highs, it had its lows, it had its what the fucks, it had its everything, man. Like shit. Even I was like, whoo, that was close, but man, I was already sweating. Cause I bet it too. Yeah, and I won, so yes. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Like I said, anything I miss, leave a comment below. There's still more videos to come either way, so more videos about debt, you know, paying off debt coming soon. I still gotta post about my car, how I did it. And yeah, so remember, work hard. Stay away from your low-life friends who just want to just reel you back into the old you. Don't let that, you know, don't let that happen. And trust me, for all you men out there, the universe, God, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, they'll throw women at your direction just so that way you could, you know, go back to your old ways. So yeah, I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, so my recommendation is talk to them, and if they're a good fit for you, cool, keep talking to them. But if not, let them go. All right. Do you have debt? Yes or no? Do you have a student loan? Yes or no? How do you value money? You know, are you family orientated? All these questions. Whatever you're looking for your future potential partner, make sure, you know, that list gets a check, you know. And if not, it's okay. There's always women in the next 2-3 years for you, all right? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, all right? So just keep working. Put as much hours as you can on your job. Same thing like I explained earlier, get a part-time job, other things for you to do so that way you could, you know, make some extra cash. So I'm gonna let y'all go. All right, you ready, bro?
Peace
out,
y'all.